Hello and welcome back to Recruiting and Retaining a Strong Core series. Today we're going to be discussing application must-haves. So what are the application posting requirements? So every program will need to post their position on the eGrants portal, and on that posting the following will be required: the organization name, the AmeriCorps name, and the AmeriCorps logo. As you can see here on Pines, did a phenomenal job with that right here. You'll have to also post some sort of language regarding reasonable accommodations and how your program plans to address that. Additionally, it is highly recommended that you post your organization's and the program's commitment to diversity. I have included a few examples here for you to consider as you are building your posting. So something that we could consider would be: our organization recruits, hires, trains, promotes, compensates, and administers all personnel actions without regard to race, color, religion, sex stereotyping, pregnancy, which includes pregnancy, childbirth, and medical conditions related to pregnancy, childbirth, or breastfeeding, gender identity, gender expression, national origin, age, mental or physical disability, ancestry, medical condition, marital status, military or veteran status, citizenship status, sexual orientation, genetic information, and/or other protected status. So this kind of covers everything. The only part of this that I would say would maybe not apply would be the citizenship status. Another example: we welcome differences and strive to increase participation from traditionally underrepresented groups. DE&I is a priority at our organization. We have a DE&I committee that meets monthly, and we require unconscious bias training for our hiring teams to ensure our services are accessible for all. So this lets your candidate know that your organization is proactive in addressing any sort of DE&I issues. Some other examples that can show your commitment to diversity might look like: we value diversity. Flat out, plain and simple. It just states it right then and there. And I will let you all read these, and you will be provided the slides after as examples that you could include into your position posting. Make sure that you are posting the minimum requirements of your position. This can include the age minimum of maybe 18, a high school diploma or GED, or any other minimum requirements that your program may have. However, please be mindful that you should not have to have experience to get experience. AmeriCorps can be marketed as a professional development opportunity, as this individual here does not have any relevant experience but is really excited about jumping in and learning. So make sure that you're really authentic about what you are actually requiring in your candidates. Do they really need a car? Just because they have to get from point A to point B doesn't necessarily mean they need a car or a driver's license. Really ask yourself questions: does it say what we want, and are we being exclusive? I would also highlight your mission. Mission is incredibly important and should be one of the core values that a candidate looks for when they are looking for an organization they want to serve with. It also lists the expectations of what you will have your members be doing or how they will be serving. Currently, a lot of individuals are looking for either all in person or maybe all virtual. Maybe your program is hybrid, so make sure that you're very clear about the expectations of how they will be serving. Next, include the benefits in your posting. Although there's not a specific section in the eGrants portal for you to list this information, make sure to list out both the tangible and intangible benefits somewhere in that narrative. as you can see, Cherry Health did a great job here. You are giving back to the community. You're putting idealism into action. So make some of those drivers of emotion as a benefit. If you're offering continual training, make sure that you're emphasizing that. If you offer team bonuses or time off during a certain time of year, make sure that you highlight that. Next, you'll have to put your position title. This is an applicant's market right now, so this should really grab the attention of your candidate. So your position title, do you want it to say academic tutor, or do you want it to be some sort of an outcome like teach children to read or AmeriCorps member, or you're going to be providing disaster response? So think about what your position title is and how you want to market that. You can use your position description as a base for this. Some application best practices. It's good to have a word limit for your application. 300 to 700 words is ideal. You might want to go even shorter if you're trying to reach millennials or Generation Z. Keep your sentences short. Keep them to 8 words or fewer. Eliminate a lot of proverbs such as potentially or preferable. Make sure you have very clear section headings so that your candidates can identify or look through what is most important to them. They maybe are most interested in the benefits, so make sure that that's either bolded or underlined so they can go right to it. Separate your postings. So if you have a full-time position and a part-time position, or maybe you have one position that does X, Y, and Z, and the other position does A, B, and C, make sure you're doing 2 completely separate postings so that the candidate is very clear on what they are applying for. Be clear about the types of roles, the slot types, whether it's a year-long position or summer. I would also highly encourage that you acknowledge the application submission. Whether that's a quick email or a phone call that, hey, we received your application and you will hear back from so-and-so within a week, or whatever your timeline is. Review applications frequently. Do your reviews of candidates on a rolling basis. Don't wait more than 3 weeks, because in this job market, you will risk losing applicants to other positions. Eliminate barriers for your candidates. Allow your candidates to apply in multiple ways. Let them apply online or provide a resume submission. Go through the portal. Maybe have them drop off an actual resume or application so that there are multiple ways for your candidates to reach you. If possible, try to provide a lot of your marketing or application in multiple languages. Try to bold words that, like I said earlier, that could be, appealing to some candidates. So maybe you want to say training or leadership experience, or maybe you want to highlight something that your program offers that other programs don't, like maybe a higher living allowance. So maybe you bold or underline those key things to attract your candidates. Have somebody review your posting. Don't write it out and just slap it on the website. Look for errors in grammar and spelling. Look to see if you're being exclusive. Look to see if what you are posting is truly reflective of the duties that the member will be completing. If they're going to be completing reports, make sure to include that. Don't mislead candidates by telling them that they're going to be teaching an entire classroom all day, every day, if that's not what they're going to be doing. You want to be honest, but you also want to highlight the best parts of your position. So hopefully some of these tips you can use as you start creating your postings for this fall, and I wish you all the best.